friends, and welcome back to PlayStation Livecast. I have one more guest for us this evening, I think, unless I'm lying, but I might be. Jean from White Rabbit. Hello, sir.
Absolutely. Hello.
It is very nice to have you here. We are talking about your game, Death's Gambit, which is coming. It's a little difficult to pronounce. We went over this. You can maybe think about renaming it later. No, I'm just kidding.
Definitely not going to rename it.
Death's Gambit is coming to PS4, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and we are here to talk about it. So we talked about it already. I just want you to introduce the game to the world, and then we can get into specifics later.
Absolutely, yeah. No, Death's Gambit is this 2D action RPG, like platformer, you know. Definitely like the classics, like Castlevania, inspired by some of the more modern stuff, like Shadow Colossus and Dark Souls. And you will see that some of that stuff here in the gameplay, actually.
And this is actually, we are playing this live. Basically the other person on your team is playing.
Oh my God,
so
yes. So the artist is playing this. The artist is playing this. Please don't die. It's a really hard game, but he's going to make it seem really easy.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, you guys are a very small team, mostly fresh out of your undergrad program, so congratulations. And this is really awesome because it looks really cool, and you were inspired by some huge names in gaming, like you were just saying. And how do you guys pull together all those kind of disparate threads and weave them into something?
Well, you know, it's because we wanted to make the game that we wanted to play, you know? We kind of weaved it together, you know, by making it kind of like this 2D Castlevania style-ish thing by adding RPG elements from Dark Souls. You know, if you see the melee, it's pretty like heavy, it's slow. You have to really commit to all your attacks, right? Yeah. That is definitely something we take in inspiration from like the Souls series. You see, you have a stamina bar. When you block, when you take damage, you have to like watch out for your stamina bar. You might run out. If you run out while blocking, you get shield broken. And see, it just happened right there. Yeah.
This looks awesome already, man.
Oh, thank you.
Well, well done, guys. That's great. I hope Alex can hear me back there. I'm telling him that he did awesome work. Well, so I have to ask you, if you don't mind, we can go on a quick tangent while Alex keeps going. How did you guys meet? How did you start on this project?
We met we were the first person we met at USC when we both studied there at USC.
Okay.
It was kind of like fate, really.
Absolutely, man.
And then we've been making games together ever since, yeah.
Very cool. So is this technically not your first project? Have you guys worked on smaller scale things in the past?
Yeah, just student projects, and then I worked on a couple of mobile games on the side as well.
Oh, okay. Rock on. Oh, hopefully it's okay that it's an all-black
he's
screen
saving the
right
game.
now. I was like, what happened?
A couple of interesting things I wanted to mention.
Yeah, do it.
He passed by a treasure chest, which like only opens if you haven't healed. Like, I think that's really interesting to mention because like it like adds a replayability factor to these levels. Like when you're playing them, if you don't do it perfectly, you won't get that item. So you can come back and do it better and be rewarded for it.
And you have that bow and arrow, so you get a little bit of long range in there as well.
Absolutely. You have all kinds of weapons. You have slow weapons. You have a little bit faster weapons, and maybe Alex will show that. You have like all kinds of ranged weapons as well. You also have a shield. You always have a shield. You can change them, and they'll have different effects. Oh, man.
Oh, gosh. Alex is getting wrecked right now.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Oh, God. Yeah, this guy teleports around, so it's like hard. You just gotta predict his movements.
We got it. We're good now.
There you go.
Now, what is 12 plus hope? That sounds good. I want 12 plus hope as well in life.
It's a hopeless game, so when you're killing things, you gain hope. No, it's actually your experience.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So instead of, you know, whatever you might see, like experience points, it's hope. And when you go to save point, you can level up, increase your stats, and that lets you equip better weapons and armor.
That's so great. I love RPG mechanics, man. They make for such juicy games.
And these pieces are all that you generally get from beating bosses. You know, we want the bosses to be like the main thing. And it's interesting. I want to bring up another mechanic. Bosses in our game are immortal, and that's like a big thing. There's NPCs and bosses here are immortal, and that's like part of the story.
Okay.
That like Death wants to kill all the immortals in the world.
Okay.
And that's part of the mission that the main character is tasked with.
So are you kind of serving Death?
Yeah, you're serving Death. If you die, you will see Death like come down and pick up your soul and bring you back to the save point.
What a great boss. Just drives you back to the office. Yeah, perfect.
When you kill a boss, he'll actually come back. And if you do it in a different way, like depending if you do like the boss in like a challenge in like a more different way, you might get a different item.
Okay.
From killing him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rad, man. And yeah, do you want to talk a little bit about your weapon design and like how you guys approach the different weapons, the different items?
Yeah, we really just wanted players to just play it the way they want to. So you could kind of play with 2 fast weapons, 2 slow melee weapons, or you could even
alternate.
go with 2 ranged weapons. That being said, you have to watch out for your ammo. And it's it has its it has its pros and cons, but yeah.
And here's your inventory screen.
Yep.
I have a thing for inventory screens. I think they're actually very fun. All right, so are we getting ready?
He's getting to a boss. Yep.
Wait, that was fast. I thought it was gonna take. That's great. Good job, Alex.
Yep. He's playing very well. At the floor, like only 1 person's killed it.
Oh, all right.
And it's been 2 days here. Yeah.
Good luck, Alex.
He's like beating this boss a lot, so I hope.
Perfect. Now here's the thing. There's already a lot going on screen right now.
Yeah. So this boss, we wanted all our bosses to have like unique mechanic that makes him stand out from all the other ones. This one takes place in a moving platform, and depending on where the boss and the main character is, the weight will move of the platform. If it goes too much into one way, it'll fall. Okay. And you just die. Yeah. So this is like a intermission phase where he's trying to like trap you, basically.
Man, you guys are really not making this easy. For you kind of said, I forgot if it was earlier, but you were saying is that you want to make a hard game, right? Like you want this to be a challenge. And that kind of feeds into that sort of Dark Souls mentality of really pushing players to their limit.
It is a challenging game. I mean, like I always say, like that's not the point. It's like it's all about like making sure the mechanics are meaningful. Like if it's to a specific challenging to a specific point, it actually makes like all the mechanics, really intricate and makes all your decisions matter, because it's like, oh, should I go with like less healing items or more damage? Should I go with this item or with this other one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And what else about the moment-to-moment gameplay? We haven't gotten to the hook shot yet, which I feel like I want to get to.
He
Are we going to see it later?
He was using it before in the level.
Well, then I just wasn't paying attention.
He was using it. You can use it to navigate the level in certain sections.
Okay.
And if you look at our trailer, you will see another one of our bosses, which is huge, and you can climb around with this hook shot.
Are we talking huge in the sense of like
bigger than the screen?
Oh,
like
bigger
way
than
bigger than the screen. And the camera does zoom out a little bit, but yeah.
Just a little bit. You got to be able to see what you're doing.
Yeah.
Man, and I love. Let's talk. You want to talk about Alex's art a little bit here? I mean,
absolutely.
That's what. Yeah, I mean, it's really cool stuff.
It's Alex and a few other animators as well. Greg and Greg also does a really good job on the animations. He's poorly focused on animation, but yeah.
I don't want you to have to speak on Alex's behalf, but where do you guys kind of pull your inspiration from visually, from the visual style?
Yes. So. Initially it's, Castlevania, really, and then some other retro stuff. And I'd say one big modern influence is actually Sword and Sorcery from Capybara Games. Yeah.
Yes, that is like a fan favorite, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So we looked at it, we were like, we got to combine these, we got to do something like that. And, a lot of like modern stuff, stuff like Dark Souls and Studio Ghibli, influenced some of the art style for some of the enemies and like the inspirations and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, you're listing all the right things, right? All the amazing qualities that pull together and you make something unique from it. And I love, by the way, I love the animation where he's just like rapidly clawing across the screen. He's really angry. Up. He's very angry. His head is on fire. I mean, I would be angry if my head got on fire from time to time.
Yeah, his bow. Oh, there you go. He died. No. And that's fine. That's actually totally fine.
No. Well, Alex did say he wanted to show off the death, section.
Yeah,
because that's part of the mechanic, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Do you want to go into that a little bit?
Sure. Alex will actually purposely die now just to show what happens when you die. Death comes by and picks up your soul, and then he comes off screen.
That is awesome looking.
And although I think that's most of the stuff that we wanted to show for the demo, when you die, as I said, you leave your healing behind. So you have to go back and pick it up or go back to the save point. This is a really tough spot for Alex. He should be careful. But yeah.
Well, as we get ready to wrap up soon, what else did we miss? Because I want to make sure you get your time in the sun, man.
Like, I guess one last big thing I would like to say is, when you see our trailer, there's going to be some really big creatures that you get to climb around that it's going to be great. They weren't showing in this build. We'll be showing soon. But yeah,
you have
to
tease it. You have to get it out there, man.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sorry, I was just going to say thank you so much for being here, John. And
thank you guys so much for the opportunity.
It's my pleasure, man. Yeah. And that is, I think that's pretty much all for Death's Gambit, which is coming to PS4 next year, correct?
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you.
It looks awesome.
PlayStation